Hello!
Happy Lunar New Year!
Happy Lunar New Year, KK!
We are preparing a traditional Korean soup that's called tteokguk, and it's something you're supposed to eat on the first day of the Lunar New Year. We have enjoyed this immensely in the past, but we've never cooked it on our own ever before. So we're going to attempt that as a New Year's resolution.
I am so pumped.
We have beef, scallions, we need some garlic, onions, eggs.
And
then for the soup, we have fish sauce.
Oh yeah, red boat, good stuff.
For soy sauce, we use liquid aminos instead of soy. Toasted sesame oil.
Yep.
And you need a little vegetable oil.
Okay.
And of course, you cannot forget, this is called duck, which is basically a rice cake. You think of it kind of like a really chewy, delicious pasta. Yeah, we are following Munchie's recipe, so excited to give it a go.
Another meal in our new kitchen that's coming together.
Slowly but surely.
All right, let's start cooking.
All right.
Got one more ingredient here, right? What do you have?
Yeah, I forgot to add the kim, or the nori, the dried seaweed. So that is a very important part of making the dish look very beautiful at the end, the garnish.
We're having a quick little break in the middle of cooking, right? What do you got there?
A wine.
It's one of our favorite Trader Joe's.
Cheers.
Cheers. Telling you, so good.
It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, right?
Yeah. So right now we have the beef and the garlic boiling in the water.
Yes. After the beef boils for 5 minutes, then we turn it down to medium. Then I need to start cooking the eggs.
Oh my gosh, it is bubbling up like crazy. We're not really sure what to do at this step,
yeah,
so
Monkey's recipe didn't say what to do right here with all the scum.
Cake is gonna try to use a little common sense here and just collect some of the fat that's collecting on top, or oils, and just toss it out. Happy New Year's!
Happy Lunar New Year!
But this is actually not the dish that we're making.
This is round one.
It's round one, yeah. So we're making tteokguk, which is a soup, as you saw earlier. But because that's all we're making, we figured might as well explore DC's food scene and try out something else.
So we've ordered from a Chinese Korean restaurant called
Chico. And we only ordered 2 things, even though it was so hard to only order 2 things. But everything looked amazing. But here you have
the special of the day, the year of the oxtail soup.
That looks so good. And then in front of me, we also got their lamb cumin stir fry. I mean,
it just smells so good.
Smells amazing. But before we start, if you've been following us, you know that we can't have an Asian or Korean meal without our favorite
makgeolli.
And what is makgeolli again, Kay?
Makgeolli is a fermented Korean rice wine, and it's purported to have health benefits with a lot of probiotics to help your guts.
It's so good. Think of like creamy, fizzy, slightly sweetened milk.
Yes. It's delicious.
Doesn't sound good, but actually it sounds amazing. And this one, we tried this before. It's the 1000 brand. We got it at H Mart. This is fantastic with fantastic ingredients. Just like that. That's what it looks like. It literally looks like milk.
Yum.
It's okay. If I ever wake up and start mixing cereal with this, I'd have a serious problem.
I mean, it's just so good.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, KK. Let's try soup first.
Long wheat noodles for longevity.
So it's got chunks of
oxtail
meat. Looks so tender.
And the soup is this really deep, dark brown, but clear as well. So it looks exquisite. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, it is so good, and it's quite light too.
Wow. It's very light, but it packs a punch of flavor.
Perfect mix
Layers
of like,
flavor.
and also a perfect mix of like saltiness and
sweetness. And then the umami from soy. It's got to dig into some noodles, and it's appropriate to slurp because that shows you appreciate the chef.
They nailed it out of the park. Now, this is hard to do really well. The beef. So tender.
So tender. You have to eat the whole meal for longevity.
Oh yeah, can't bite it, right? Can't believe we made it to, I was gonna say New Year's happened, but this is another second Lunar New Year's.
Yeah.
Boy, so this officially closes 2020. What a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
So crazy how fast life can move, just making couple decisions. I mean, who would have thought? We'd never have any idea early last year that we would have moved out of DC or moved out of New York, and now we're in DC 6 months later. This is from our second apartment in DC, right? How do you feel?
It's definitely feels like a lot has changed. Transplanted to a new place. Our baby blue lofts is now watching over us from the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
And I think both for us, like health-wise, I think we're a lot better. We're on the mend. Yeah, last year was just crazy.
Yeah, the past couple of weeks, or even like the past month with WAFs, we'll probably make another video about it, about just WAFs. That has been pretty devastating and pretty difficult for us. But to your point, I think for us and our health, like we're very grateful to be healthy physically, emotionally, and mentally, kind of coming to this new year. I know it was a really tough year for you last year, and it's a blessing to also say that you feel much better as well. So I'm really relieved and happy to hear that. But as we're sitting here and kind of reflecting, like we just wanted to make this short video because we never really celebrated like Lunar New Year's just at home with our family before. It would always be like an extension of what our extended family is doing, but we
would go to these larger family gatherings and not understand why we're there. And I think kind of recognize the finality of life in a way, even if it's a fur child, fur baby. It just makes you take stock and try to grasp and understand more about who you are and where you come from and your heritage. Being grateful for where we come from and who we are, and trying to make more effort to understand. So to that point, like Lunar New Year's, we would take part in celebrations or festivities, but didn't really understand what they are. Not to say that we understand them fully now.
But we didn't really take ownership. Like we just kind of went with the flow. We knew it was a big deal, but then we didn't really, take the next step and bring it into our lives and take ownership of it. But it was funny because Krista was doing all this like fantastic research earlier this week, and like really kind of just basic Googling and research. What is Lunar New Year's? What does it represent? And like what should you do to prepare for Lunar New Year's? And what are some of the things that you learned?
One of the things I learned is you should get a haircut before the Lunar New Year.
Do you see anything different about Krista?
Well, yeah, I did. It's a lot shorter. This is the first haircut I've had maybe a year and a half, or yeah.
But is it the first haircut you ever done by yourself?
Yes. So we attempted to cut my hair at home.
3, 2, 1. Oh my god. So much hair.
I know, there's so much
It's like
hair.
cutting through rope.
Really annoying.
Oh my gosh. Alright.
Well, it's the Lunar New Year. It's what one has to do to get ready.
Alright.
So I don't have haircut. It's a kitchen shears.
Excellent. Alright. Moving on.
Okay. Now what's next? Why is it not cutting?
Point cut, not too deep, please. Yes, just like that, exactly. Looks good, Kay, looks good.
I need you to hold it because the hair. I have a lot of hair, It's thick, but the hair strands themselves are fine. Oh my god, look at this. Do you see it? I'm cutting.
Wow, when you use hair shears, look how easy it cuts. Alright, you're already looking like a pro. It sounds like a pro.
And it's important, I guess, part of like Chinese culture, Asian culture, is you just remove parts of the hair that have not as good energy.
You're also not supposed to wash your hair either, to the same logic, right?
Yes, so on the day of the new year, the fortune gods will bestow their good fortune upon you. So if you wash your hair, then you're washing away the good fortune.
That washing the hair was a little bit different for me because I'm just so used to like waking up, taking a shower, and Chris is like, you don't have to follow, but maybe you can try. So I woke up, did not take a shower at all today, and just kind of washed my face. And it honestly wasn't a big deal, you know, and it wasn't a big deal for me, but I know that like this is what so many people around the world are doing, and it has significance for them, right? It has a bigger meaning. So for me to like respect that and just to kind of experience it, but just doing something simple, like it was, you know, it was a new experience for me.
Another kind of ritual that's done is cleaning. In the past, like, we would take part with families, you know, cleaning the entire house or apartment, but now understanding like, oh, it's like it feels like a chore. Like, why are we doing this? Whereas this time it just feels like, okay, we're cleansing or clearing away any residue that accumulated from the past year. Obviously not like literal residue, but like the energy. And then you're preparing for the arrival of the new year. There's something very refreshing, very restorative. Lighter.
Right? And then another thing is, if you can see what colors that we're dressed with, even the colors of the chopsticks. So you want to wear red or a bright color.
What I understood is that you're scaring away and you're trying to prevent the previous bad spirits, bad omens, bad energy from entering your home again, and you're scaring them away, so you're wearing these very bright colors, and it's also just a joyous occasion.
And what are a couple other lingering small ones? Like, you don't use sharp things, right?
Oh, another
like, don't argue, or like don't do anything that will make you feel negative or down.
Because it's a day of positivity.
Exactly.
It's a day of
kicking off a new year,
celebration, festivities, with the dragon dances and the fireworks and all of that. It's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah. I think it definitely brings a whole nother meaning of significance into my life, into our lives. I mean, just even can't really do much because a lot of things are closed and obviously the pandemic's happening, but even just doing something small, like making the effort to make a dish that's traditionally made for this day because it has a huge significant meaning for a lot of people around the world. And also me being Korean, and for Korean specifically, it's this being a Korean dish, has like a new profound kind of experience for myself. And like you're also half Japanese, and just in the Asian culture, it's widely practiced. But also going back to actually Japanese and Japan, we also learned something very interesting, right? What did you learn?
We learned that the Japanese don't traditionally celebrate Chinese New Year any longer.
Yeah, I had no idea.
They follow the Gregorian calendar, where they celebrate January 1st as their New Year's, just like the rest of the Western world.
Yeah.
And that's done from the Meiji Restoration in the late 1800s. But
anyway, should we try the second dish?
Yeah.
So this is the lamb cumin stir fry. Okay, ready?
Oh,
Cheers.
Wait, I've always wanted to do that.
That was not planned at all. No, that just happened naturally. Wow.
I feel so lucky.
But wow, this is so good.
Soy sauce flavor, maybe some kind of like rice wine. Oh my god.
Oh, what is this for?
That's the chili pepper sauce.
Oh my god, chili pepper
but this
sauce?
is already hot with a peppercorn, a Szechuan.
I'm going for it.
That's a huge dip.
Woo!
Hot?
The peppercorn's strong, but it's really nice. Wow. And they're very generous with their leaf, the lamb here too. We had no idea that the soup that we're making, the rice cake soup, tteokguk, it's relatively simple to make, but the longest part of it is to boil the beef for like 30-40 minutes, right?
Yes, to create the broth.
So we try to time it to make sure like this came with the broth, but it's okay. The way that it's set up, this is like round 1, dish 1, it's round 2.
That's right.
How does the soup look?
I think it's looking pretty good.
Oh wow, okay, that's legit. Nice and clean. That looks amazing. Wow, for first time?
Not bad.
Not too shabby.
But let's see if we can finish it.
Not sure if this is a good idea, but KK's putting roasted nori on top of a live stovetop. Oh!
I chopped it.
No!
Alright, try it again.
KK is trying again with the second nori here. I'm not sure if this is the right idea or a good idea. But let's see.
Yeah, done.
Done. Gave up on the knife and going to our handy dandy scissors, which honestly does the job way better and way easier than knives. All right, so now we're putting fish sauce.
Fish sauce and then the soy sauce.
One tablespoon. 1 tablespoon
of our soy sauce or soy sauce alternative.
The recipe also said remove the veggies, but we want to eat our veggies, so we're going to keep it in there. Beautiful.
Yep. A little bit of salt.
Cool. How we taste? Ooh. Yep. There they go.
They're swimming.
They're swimming. Man, it smells incredible.
We're back.
We're back for round 2. Wow, this looks absolutely incredible. This is how I remembered it, and this is how I remember it. Just every time we would go order it, like, this is what it looks like. It looks so good.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Ooh, the soup thickened up a little bit.
Because of the starch from the rice.
You got the vibrant yellowness of the yellow, you got the green from scallions, you got the dark green from the roasted seaweed. You got these little bits of rice cakes there. They're so fun to eat texture-wise. Shall we try?
How about the color though?
The color looks good, Kay.
Right?
For the first
light.
time, it looks really good.
It's clear and clean. Because you're starting off the new year in a fresh slate.
That's right. This soup now has like a newfound meaning for us.
It does, yeah, absolutely. And then as well, they're shaped like a coin because they symbolize good fortune, money, like a coin.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's
what I learned
cool.
recently. That's really neat.
Wow, that is so good.
It tastes like Korea. I think it does.
Wow. Hey.
Yeah. Wait.
How would you rate the difficulty for the soup?
Not that difficult. It just takes a little time, tender love and care to watch over it.
It's definitely a 10 in terms of patience. You just have to wait because your whole home and your apartment just starts smelling so delicious. This is so good as just a standalone dish if you have nothing else. But of course, like typically with Korean food, you'd have like a lot of panchan side dishes, or kimchi would go phenomenal with this, or just any other like Korean entrees or side dishes would just go fantastic with this. But by itself, not having any distractions, like it's just great.
And the beef is really tender too.
The beef is so tender, and we got this from H Mart.
Yeah, I think we nailed it.
We totally nailed it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing, Kay. New Year's for me, I always just end up spending time with my extended family. If we ever had the chance growing up. Like it would always be the celebration with my uncles and aunts and grandparents. And then recently, I also have family in Korea. And so every time we go and visit, it would usually be around the Lunar New Year's. It would actually be for Lunar New Year's. And so in Korea, we would also have this as well. So now like having it just with me and you in our home here, now it feels personal,
Yeah.
you know?
What I remember about New Year is like my mom's Japanese, so we would like bow to our parents.
Oh, yeah, that's very, very important.
And they would give us like small little gifts, maybe sometimes some money, but not often because we didn't have a lot growing up.
Speaking of money, what's a common practice for Lunar New Year's is red envelopes, where typically I think like the senior member of the family, the parents and the grandparents would give red envelopes filled with money to the kids and to the grandkids. And I do remember seeing these envelopes and they would give these away. We get so excited, my brother, my sister, we all be super excited to get them. And upon receiving it, my mom and dad literally would come out of nowhere and saying, kids, give me the red envelope, I'm gonna hold it for safekeeping. And then as good little kids, we give it to them, and we never see the red envelopes ever again.
Oh my.
But food, I think, is the best way just to really appreciate a culture. If you're watching this, and your family celebrates New Year's, Lunar New Year's, or New Year's in a very traditional way, you have traditions, please share like what you do.
We'd love to learn about that.
It only took us a little over 30 years to
appreciate it.
Appreciate it, make an effort to appreciate it.
I've just entered my 30th year, my 3rd decade.
Well, you're half Finnish, so like, what do Finns do?
I have no idea.
So if you're Finn, please tell us.
Please let me know.
That's one of the biggest themes behind our YouTube channel. If you've been following us for quite some time, that's just who we are. We're at that stage where we made a full circle. Like we're getting older. We now appreciate and take ownership of who we are, and of course, like discovering all the wonderful other experiences you can do when you travel or wherever you live, right? So we're always on the scouts for trying to grow and become more cultured and meet new people, learn new things,
and also just learn more about ourselves along the way.
Along the way, exactly. Just kind of moving forward into this year, as you know, I mean, as we all know, pandemic really shook things up, especially for like the direction that we want to go into for our channel. If you discovered us, most likely it was through our travel videos. We love traveling so much. We know there are actually a lot of people traveling now. We're not at that point right now for ourselves where we feel safe enough to travel. So what we're going to try to do is at least we move to a new place, and there's still so many more things. We're actually waiting very eagerly for it to get a little warmer here because we tried our best. We moved down here in August and we had a good 3 months where we were able to kind of skim the surface of some hikes and some water activities and other nature stuff.
Biking.
Yeah, but we have a list like yay long, and so we're just waiting for the sun to kind of come out a little bit stronger to kind of go through our list at least. So we still have a lot more to do, and then beyond that, we're just going to carefully stay on top of the vaccine news, what's going on with the pandemic, and hopefully, if we do feel safe enough, we can travel. When we get the chance, we will go and we'll take you with us. But right now, I think this has been probably one of the best beginnings of New Year's we can ask for. We're gonna continue eating this. Somehow we got more drinks on the table. This is actually from Trader Joe's. I'm telling you, $5 bottle of wine, and no, it doesn't taste like $5 poop. It's actually amazing. Good quality stuff.
That's right.
Cheers, Kay.
Cheers. Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year's.
Thank you so much for watching and joining along. If you've discovered us earlier on or just discovered us now, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and also click the notification bell so that you're notified when all the other videos we have our DC adventures and more, who knows.
And more. But I appreciate it. I know Wops appreciates it in spirit.
I appreciate it as well.
And it really does mean a lot when you reach out. Thank you again, and we'll see you on the next one. Bayonara! What is going on here, KK?
We got hungry again, so we baked something and we made a blondie.
It's nice and warm and it smells so good. Try a piece, try a piece, try a piece, try a piece. Oh, let me see. Oh yeah. Does it taste good?
Yeah, it's fluffy, not too sweet.
Okay.
It tastes like almond butter.
All right. Happy Lunar New Year's, Kay.
Happy Lunar New Year's.